So if your back bothers you, you could just spend 5 minutes releasing some of the key spots. We're going to work in a chair today. Sit up as tall as you possibly can. We're going to do this as the most important back stretch you could ever learn. We're going to take it in 4 parts and then put it together. So simple, but I want you to pay attention. The first part is just sitting up really tall. So that means pulling your belly in, pulling your ribs up out of your hips, right? Most of us sit like this, very scrunched here in the midsection. Lift your ribs up out of your hips, pulling up through the top of your head. So when I say keep your head up, that doesn't mean your chin up. That means the top of your head is up so that your neck is long and straight. That's the first piece. The second piece is rounding your back as if you're rolling it over a ball. Imagine your nose aiming towards your belly button. So that spine is a curve. The next piece is pushing your spine into a flat horizontal line. So if you're sitting in a chair and you can open your legs a little wider to get your body in between your legs, then do that. Pull from your tailbone through the top of your head, keeping your neck in line. And the last piece, the fourth piece, is starting to press your chest forward and arch up. So your back is almost like a scoop. Can you see that? My spine is arching upward. Not a lot, but a little. And I come up until I go back to the first position, which is that long straight line. So let's do this together a little more quickly. Number 1, nice and tall. Number 2, rounding the back. Number 3, flattening like a table, pulling out of the tailbone. Number 4, arching up like a turtle coming out of its shell until you're tall again. We're going to do this 3 more times. Work at your own pace and feel the stretch happening. Imagine each vertebra pulling away from its neighbor. Try to relax. If it helps you to put on some soothing music, go ahead. Pause the video, put on your music, and come back. Let's do this 1 more time. Already I can feel my spine lengthening. It should never hurt. If it hurts, you stop. Otherwise, this is a great stretch. And then when you're back up here, you should actually feel taller. You should feel like your spine is more open. So let's take this opportunity to turn to one side. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are bent. And you're going to turn to one side. Use your hands to hold you in this position. Now, if you have like bad osteoporosis or any kind of a spinal injury, you may not want to take this twist, okay? So that's up to you. You should know your body and you should know your limitations. We're going to take it slowly to the other side. Really slowly, always. Holding it here, using your hands to hold. And then come back to the center. Good. Let's take one hand on the chair and the other hand up in the air and try to lean in the direction so that your arm comes above your head. Now, for most of us, we're going to end up kind of forward like this. So I want you to think about your chest being open and your arm being above you. And maybe you can look at it and see it. But I don't want you to force any of those things. And let's switch. We'll bring this hand down and we'll bring this arm up and over. Trying to keep your chest open, maybe looking towards your hand if you can. Don't force it. And then we'll bring that back up. So already your back should feel a little looser. Let's see if we can bring your hands behind your back. You're sitting up tall. Maybe you can touch opposite elbows. Don't force it. Okay, it's up to you. And then your hands will reach behind you, holding onto your chair. Make sure that you're firmly on your chair as you pitch your body slightly forward and pull your chest forward. Think about pulling your head out of your shoulders, making your neck longer. just like Jeffrey's neck. Good, and then we'll come back up. Roll your shoulders a few times. We're only going to do 1 or 2 more things because this is a quick stretch. I want you to get the most important ones in. Let's bring one hand behind your back, only if you're comfortable with that. You don't have to. And tip your head in the opposite direction. So that's opening up the whole side of your neck. Gently coming back. The other hand only if it's comfortable behind your back and tipping your head away from that shoulder. Good. Let's bring that up. Trying to picture your neck being really long and straight. And we're going to turn and look to the right. And then turn and look to the left. Good. Now most of those were for the upper portion of your spine. Let's do 2 things for the lower portion of your spine. The 2 most important stretches you can do. One leg out in front of you with your heel on the floor and your toes up. Lift that body and pitch it forward over the leg. It's as if you have a book on your head and you don't want to drop it. So we're not rounding, we're really pulling, just like we did earlier when we did that flat tabletop stretch. Then we're going to come up and we're going to take that foot, either cross it on the shin, or if you can get it on your knee, don't force it. Again, lift your body, pitch yourself forward over that leg, and breathe. So this is now for the lower portion of your back, because a lot of times your lower back becomes tense from the legs, the backs of the legs being tight. This is why stretching is so important, because everything is affected by everything else. Let's come up. We'll just do that on the other leg, and you'll be all done. Heel down, toes up. Tall body comes forward over that leg. All right, we're going to come on up. We're going to cross it either over to your shin or on the knee if you can get it there. Remember, grow tall. Bring your body forward. So just a few short stretches. Stretching every day is really going to help you stay limber and keep the tight muscles away, which keeps the pain away. So come on up. Good. Just roll your shoulders, and that's it. Thanks for joining me. Have a great and loose day.